Hey guys, Laura here. I'm sorry it's been so long. I, had finals and everything like that, but I'm back and I'm ready to do a makeup video that a lot of you guys have been requesting. Every day I put on usually a full face of makeup, but I'm going to do a day-to-day full face, and then I'm going to help transition that into a little bit more of like a party type makeup. I actually already started. Right now what I have on is the Bare Minerals Professional. I'll let you guys see that up close. And it's an amazing base no matter what you're putting on. If you're just putting on a little bit of powder, even if you just want to walk out of the house with this on and some mascara, which I have on a little bit of base mascara right now, that's honestly a perfect day-to-day look. But this is what I go into day to day, and I start with the Hello Flawless Oxygen Wow by Benefit, which is one of my favorite makeup brands ever. I'm going to put a very small size squirt on my fingers and I rub it together like I would do moisturizer. I'm just going to put this on, and at first it looks a little bit darker than my regular face complexion, but when you rub it in, it kind of balances out and it's a little bit better. And if you didn't get enough to kind of go fully around your temple and to your neck and under your chin, just do a little bit more, like a little dot, and make sure that you blend it in around your neck and definitely around the hairline area. Next, we are going to put on some Bare Minerals and concealer, and this is called Well Rested. They sell it in most Ulta or Sephora stores. We are going to use a brush. Half of it I'm going to use for concealer around like bigger areas. And then they have this nice concealer brush tip to use around my eyebrows for a highlighter area, definitely under my lips and under my nose area. I'm going to start with the big end that looks like a foundation brush. You can use any foundation brush for this. You want to start by going in kind of like a triangle. This is what I call the triangle. It's going to be the area from your inner eye down to your nose to your outer edge of your eye. So you're going to make sure that you're putting concealer in that area. So many people just do the regular tip concealer and put it right under your eye. That's actually going to make you look like you have way more dark circles under your eyes and everything like that. So you want to make sure that you do the full triangle. It makes you look more awake, makes your whole face look more even. I'm going to cover my nose a little bit, and then I'm going to turn it on over and do right under my nose. Make sure you get a little bit of that bridge right there too, so that it matches everything and it's not red and, nothing is flush. You don't want anything uneven with the rest of the makeup on the face. I'm also going to put it right there in the crease of your chin, just because that's an area that can get red for some people or oily. And to blend that in, I'm going to put it under my lips, especially because that will accentuate. I don't have lipstick on right now, but later I'm going to put on some holiday lipstick, and I want to make sure that that fully stands out against whatever color your skin is. So whatever you're using, make sure you put some under your lips, under your nose, around, and make sure you get that full triangle area. Another area that I usually like to put my concealer on is I'll go between my eyebrows, just so that highlights a little bit, and then I'm going to go from there to fully under my eyebrows to highlight a little bit so it looks a little bit more awake under there. I'll do the other side. And then you can do a little bit more from the arch of your brow out and down, because that'll definitely make your arch appear bigger, which is a great look and will help your bone structure look awesome and all that stuff. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, what I do is I move on to bronzer. A lot of people might tell you to put highlighter or whatever step is next. I like to put my bronzer and then kind of work backwards from there. So if anything's too dark, I can correct that. I like to work my highlighter off of kind of the edges of my bronzer. I use a big, huge brush for my bronzer in Bobbi Brown Golden Light, if you can see that. And I just swish it around where there's enough on my brush where you can see kind of like the brush turns a little different color than the rest of the brush, a little bit lighter with the color of the bronzer. And I'm going to start up at my temple and work down between kind of like where I smile, where the edge of my cheek would be, and between, I don't want it right on the apple of my cheek because that's where I'm going to put my blush soon. So kind of work it in right there. Give you some bone structure. Work from my temple down and make sure I'm kind of getting a nice but blended line. And what I like to do is, especially for blush and bronzer and highlighter on my cheeks, everyone has that little bit of like peach fuzz and stuff on their face, so you want to go against the gradient of like kind of the natural hair that covers your skin, so that whatever you're putting on it looks blended in and you won't end up having that cakey look on top of your skin. On my right cheek, I'm going to go to the left and kind of brush in a circular motion to the left, and then opposite on the other cheek so that it kind of fully blends in. And then the next place I'm going to put bronzer is around kind of like the top edges, like hairline of my face. And that's going to naturally kind of slim your face so that you have kind of like a more slim structure from, you know, your temples, your cheekbones, and all the way up into your forehead. Now see, I have kind of a structure where around my face is darker and I'm keeping everything in the center lighter for now. That's going to make all your facial features stand out, make you look beautiful. Then you're going to do a little bit on the tip of your chin, just kind of like to blend the color, you know, all together. A little bit under your jawline to kind of make your jawline stand out a little bit, and maybe even under the chin and blend. I always want to make sure I blend down to the neck because even though my makeup might be a little bit darker, it's eventually going to look like it blends with my natural skin color. And the last place is I'm just going to kind of brush it onto the side of the bridge of my nose and a little bit at the top for that natural, if I was, you know, sunburned or something, little look. So tip of my nose matches the rosiness of my cheeks. And that'll be it for bronzer. And then I like to use the Sephora kind of contour kit pack that it actually on the back, if you go close up, it kind of shows you where they suggest you put kind of the different parts of your highlighter. I'm going to use this lighter one, which is the one I use the most, and I'm going to blend it onto my contouring brush, put it on the outer kind of lower edges right between where your cheekbone starts and under your eyes. So that's going to give kind of a brighter look around there. Do that on both sides. So it's kind of the top of your cheeks. It's giving you a little bit of that natural glow, like dewy glow that you would usually have, you know, around the top of your cheeks, maybe your eye area. Also going to put it right here. So starting at the arch of your brow, kind of blend it out from there to give you a little bit shine and some more structure to your brow. Sometimes, you know, if I'm going out or anything like that, I'm also going to put it here because it's a little shiny and it just kind of gives you, like I said, that natural glow. And the last place, put it right the bridge of my nose, just so see now that shines, as well as the places that kind of point you to my cheekbone. The last thing I'm going to do is use kind of this one that's in between the contour brush and my bronzer brush, and I'm going to brush that onto the blush. Put a little bit just on the apples of my cheek for some extra color. And voila, that's my base face makeup for a day-to-day setting.